Spoke too soon. This is only like gusting apparently 18 miles an hour. And in this tent it sounds like we're taking off. So I need to move somewhere less exposed. Very romantic occasion being up by the headland, but that was very silly. I didn't realise this tent made noises like a motorcycle. Because I've never tested it in high winds. Well, this isn't even high winds. It's just gusty. Apparently it'll calm tomorrow, but then it's going to come back on Friday and Saturday mornings. So I need to go somewhere else. But at the moment, I'm worried that I'm going to end up blown off a cliff into the water. I've blown up my inflatable mattress. Maybe I can use that as a flotation device. Yes, these things are. Yeah. I got a bit cold on the beach, and after that, I was like, oh, But I was like, oh, fine. But I came back to a collapsed tent. The tent had collapsed, and so I've just spent the last hour in the dark, putting it back up again and tightening everything, which is probably why I'm hearing that noise, because that's the tightened guy ropes making a noise like that. So yes, so much for decompressing. I only got 4 hours sleep because of that wind. I moved the tent, and this morning, and then I made the mistake, even though it's a decompressed day, and I was like, oh well, I'll go and do some shopping in Weymouth, and then walked into Weymouth in what is, 29 degree. I thought it was going to be 32. I think it might be 32 in London. It's 29 down here, and that was just too exhausting on that little amount of sleep. So I had a siesta when I got back. I'd made a late lunch and then crashed out for a bit. Then I went and got a cold shower, and then came out forgetting all my water, so I had to kind of abort the longer walk I was planning. Although, given how I'm feeling, I'm just dog tired after last night's farrago with the wind. We're now in a better place with a shelter, which of course means we're now really hot, so it's kind of trade-off. But I prefer to be hot and not wondering if the tent was going to take off than spend the night worrying about the tent and also being woken up by the tent. So the work you can see in the thumbnail is a quick piece I did. I was falling asleep when I did this, so it's an Inktense piece, and it is a view of the Eweleaze beach, you can hear in the background, and I podcasted from on episode 2. And it's a fountain pen, one of the vintage fountain pens. Which one? It's the push button one. What is it by? I generally forget to say who's that. Oh, it's the Everard. It's the French 1930s, 1940s pen, push button. All my favourite vintage fountain pens. And wasn't one of the cheapest. It was like 20 quid on eBay, and you occasionally see them come up on eBay. So if you do so, see that, grab them if you're into vintage flex pens. They are brilliant. And I love button fillers because I don't mind lever fillers, but bottom fillers are just a bit more convenient. Sorry, I had to pause there because, of course, someone came along and some family came along and wanted to look at my work, and they said they liked it. Well, the woman said she liked it, but then some other people came and sat right by me, and it's like, oh, I don't really want to have a conversation about why I'm podcasting. So yeah, the drawing, which is the first drawing in this sketchbook, a new sketchbook. I finished my sketchbook just before I came here, and yes, it's Inktense paints. I brought one of my Inktense paint boxes. I wish I brought the other one, because the other one's actually got exactly the right sort of bluey green for the. But yeah, I didn't think it was that. And because I remember thinking when I got it, I was like, that would have been ideal for the seas. And you can see the what they call it, the striations, the beds, the Purbeck beds, I think they're called, which sounds like a bedding company, but it's the sandwich of rock, which this area is famous for, and you can actually see it at the lower end of the drawing. And of course the classic beach tents and people who are boating on there. So yes, a very quick drawing. I don't know if I'm going to get to do any more. I need to go back and get some water. I'm so thirsty, and I can't believe I left the tent without the water. I did go out with all the waters. I even got some ice. I actually created, because it's been a too slushy day. I had to have two slushies just to walk into Weymouth. I was so hot, and then I made my own sort of form of slushy by buying a bag of ice at Asda, and I brought it back on the bus, and it started to leak everywhere. That's currently in my cold bag, although my cheese all went off. My cheese is within a day, and that's a record. I've never known my cheese to go off and separate into that horrible oil thing. It's already done it, and the chorizo and all that lot. So yeah, not good. But I've put the ice in there, and I got a couple of bottles of little mini bottles of rosé, which probably also was a reason for siesta, but also just so hot. But then I went and had a cold shower. I've never had a cold shower before during the day, and that did wake me up, but obviously not woken up enough to not leave the water in the tent. So I'm going to go back and get some water and probably call it a day, because I just 4 hours sleep and the heat just doesn't mix well, and I really should have I took the bus back. The 503 goes to a holiday park in Eweleaze Bay, so it's a quite short walk with that bus. I took it before, but it was packed, and of course no air conditioning, because buses in England don't have air conditioning. Trains quite often do nowadays, but no buses have air conditioning. And so it was boiling, and all my ice was melting in my bag. But yeah, I should get back and see if the water's still cold. Something I found out as well yesterday is the water on Weymouth Beach. I don't know why I didn't notice it before. It tastes rank. London water tastes nice. The campsite water tastes okay. Weymouth Beach, they have these, what a great idea, those free standpipes and all thing, but it tastes weird. It wasn't, yeah, I was like, ooh, actually very naughtily threw away the water and got some more from the campsite, because I was like, I can't drink this is rank. But yeah, so it's been a bit of an eventful day, really. At least I got a piece done. Maybe I'll do some stuff later if I feel I've recovered. at the moment, I mean, the tent is probably going to be boiling, but I'm really tempted to just crash out in the tent for a bit with the things open. I'm just glad that I'm not in a place that's so exposed. But the thing is, of course, the classic thing happened is that once we had the wind and it was high wind, the heat didn't feel so bad. As soon as it then dropped, of course, hours after I had all that fun in the high winds moving the tent, of course. And now you're going to wish the breeze would come back, but it comes and goes. So, yeah, not a very productive day, partly because of what happened last night or this morning. So it's partly my fault for staying out on Eweleaze beach until nearly 3 a.m. and getting quite cold actually. There was a cold wind, and that's when I got back and I found out the tent was collapsed. So yes, that was a bit silly really, but it wouldn't have been a problem if I'd managed to get more than a few hours sleep and didn't have the drama of having to hammer in every single peg and tighten everything. I was using my torch as a hammer because I don't have a mallet or anything, and just banging everything in tightening just because and then I actually carabiner bungeed the tent to my bags just in case it flew off. That's how fun it was. So anyway, I'll speak to you soon.